Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Hey Abbott 1727. This is my very first YouTube video. I'm sure I will make some mistakes. I'm not going to want to keep on stopping and starting and cutting out pieces, so this will probably be one straight take. And if I screw up, screw up. But what I'm wanting to do with my channel is to buy eBay grab bags for $50 or less, minus the shipping, and see what kind of value is actually in it and if they are worth it. Now, I do understand that there are going to be some that I am not going to get the full amount back. I understand that there's going to be some that I get more than what I paid for. For me, being a new collector, it is just enhancing my collection, along with my father's. He's got into it with me also. So that's what it is for me. For others, you can take it however you want it, as far as if you think that it was worth it, you don't think it was worth it. For somebody that's new starting out, this would be, in my opinion, a good way to get a jump start on getting some good coins at decent price. Now, with that being said, I have a red book that I will look at. Yes, I understand that red book is not the main thing that you probably should look at. Off camera, I will go through and check eBay, just getting some kind of idea what the current value is of these coins, and see just how close to the price of what I paid it is. If you think that I have made a overpriced guesstimate or an underpriced guesstimate, please leave a comment letting me know politely. I would appreciate. And this will only help me, because I'm just, like I said, just now getting used to all this. This is something new to me, and I'm really enjoying it, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I am not a grader. I couldn't tell you what is what as far as when it comes to what kind of condition, that kind of thing. To be completely honest with you, how I grade stuff is pretty much like this. I got this 1917 D wheat penny. It says VGF. That's what I go by. Because if I was to look at this, I couldn't tell you if it was VGF, QDP, XYZ, whatever you want to say, MS 69, 68, 43, 102, whatever. I couldn't tell you. So, but the longer I go with this, the easier it will be for me. Okay, that's enough said. I did purchase a package off of eBay. I purchased this grab bag from Catskill coin auctions. Here is the eBay item number, if you would like to look it up. He had, I believe, $49.99 was the price, and then it was $8.99, I believe, for shipping. But he did have or best offer. I picked one up for myself and my father, and I sent him a best offer. And after shipping, I believe we settled on right around $108 for two of them. So there is two of them in here. I will be going through both of them. This may be a little longer video. I'm going to try to make it as fast as I can. Hopefully you enjoy. Let's get into it. Let's get my old case knife out here. And let's see. Let's do some tape cutting. Well, seems like I need to do some sharpening of a blade. Okay. Come on now. All right. There's what the inside of it looks like. I'm gonna put on some gloves real quick, just because I want to keep my hands somewhat clean. Not that I'm a germaphobe or anything like that, but in this day and age, you never know. And being a papa to 3 grandkids, I want to be around a little longer with them and don't want to come down with anything to where I can't be around them. So that's what I'm doing. Here is the package. The rest of it's just empty newspapers. Let's get this unwrapped. And we have our 2 bags. Let's see. Let's start with the bigger one. Dump them all out here. And then we'll start to go through them individually. Okay. First off, I see that sticks out to me right away is a PDS steel scent collection in this case. I love these little cases, especially with this iconic look to them with the, I believe those are Mustangs in the background there, fighter planes at the time, not jets, during World War II. So right off the bat, if I had to do some guesstimating between the coins that are in here and the case, I'd say a value of $2 to $3 would be my guess. So let's set that to the side. We have a Thomas Jefferson presidential dollar. I am not going to be able to see exactly the mint mark on it. And yes, I am blind, so I have to use a little bit of a magnifying glass. But I don't feel like pulling it out just to see the mint mark on it. These have been going for $2 to $3 a piece. I don't really think that they're in high demand, but like I said, that would be my guess. If you think that they're worth more, shout out at me. Let me know. Here we got a what looks to be is I should probably put on my glasses, but oh well. Oh, 1955 S, San Francisco, in really good, sharp looking condition. Got that reddish tone to it. Very good looking penny. These, see, here's one of those ones that's just, condition wise. Not sure. I would say $2, maybe. What we got here? This is a War in the Pacific Quarter. Well, we're going to have to open this one because I want to make sure that this is not a W. I could only hope that it would be, but highly doubtful. But you never know until you open it. Now this is becoming more increasingly difficult with these gloves on. And what we have looks to be a Philadelphia. So no W, but still a nice looking quarter. I don't know, let's say $0.50, somewhere in there. Next up, we have a 1909 VDB, I believe. It says VDB. Let me get a better look myself. Sorry if I don't have this directly on camera, but I'm looking over the top of my camera at the moment. Yes, 1909 VDB wheat penny, semi-key date. These I do know, have some good value to them. I believe when I was putting my penny album together, I was looking at some of these. I would think this is around $6-7, somewhere around there. We'll save that one from next. Here we got a 40% 1968 Denver Kennedy. Looks in really good condition. Got a lot of the detail on the hair. Edges are nice. Here's another one of those ones that, not being versed in grading of a coin or getting some kind of idea, I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to say $8 to $10. Let me know if you believe any more. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 V nickels. 1912, 1911, 1907. I believe that says 1903. And last but not least, a 1910. V nickels around these years, I believe, are right around the $1.50 range a piece. Somewhere close to that, I believe. Looks like we have a Buffalo, a nickel, 1937. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. 1937. Looks to be in fairly good shape, fairly good condition for age of it. I see 1, 2, 4 legs, so it's not the 3-legged variety, which would be nice, but still, I would say $1. Next up, looks like we have a SLQ quarter, 1925. About average condition. I mean, it's It's got a little bit of a slickness to the back. Don't see a mint mark. The mint mark is down here in this corner. No, I don't see a mint mark. So I don't really sure on this. I would say $4 to $5. Looks like we have two Mercury Dimes. Years being 1944 Philly and 1943 Philly. Both of them, you know, average Mercury dime looking condition. Of course, 90% silver, just like the SLQ quarter that was just up. These are $3 a piece, maybe $2.50 a piece. Looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Indian head pennies to look at. Here is another wheat penny. This is a 1917 S, San Francisco. Once again, in one of them conditions that, you know, just not really versed in. So any help would be appreciated. See, what did I say that was? 1917. I believe, and pennies are probably my most first right now because I'm just now finishing putting a penny set together. So I would say 50 cents to $1 would be my guess. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Indian head pennies. We have 1899. We have 1907, 1902, 1906, and 1905. These, I believe, around the $2 to $3 range. The 1899 may be in the $3 to $4 range, possibly. They all look in really good condition for as old as they are. Can faintly see some of the Liberty. I believe that's what that is. Oh. Really nice looking Indian heads. Sorry, I kind of bumped into my camera. Let's set these to the side. And last out of this pack is a, commemorative 1986 commemorative $50. It does have a mint mark on it, and it's a San Francisco. This is a really nice looking coin. I believe this is the Ellis Island, I believe is what the name of it is. Yeah, I believe that's what it is. Ellis Island. I think these are, I don't know, right around $5, I would say. Really good looking coin. glad to have that one in my collection. All right, getting on to package number 2. That was all for the first package. It looks like we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20, 22 items in that package. Nice little haul of different varieties. I'm taking these gloves off to drive me crazy. Second pack, dump out here. And then we'll start right off the bat by going what we have in the flips. First off, in the first flip, it's a 1913 D semi-key date wheat penny. Looks to be fairly good condition. Once again, to me, here I'm showing you the back side, there ain't nothing there. For being as old as it is, that is what, 109 years old. So I don't know, $3. Set that aside here. Here is a double 1923 San Francisco and 1926 San Francisco, both wheat pennies, of course. These are both really nice looking pennies. I actually do believe that I need both of these in my album, and I actually believe that I need the 13D in my album also. So that is good news for me. These, I believe the 23 is $4 to $5 maybe, and the 26 I know is more of a semi-key date. These are 6 to 7, maybe 8, just depending on what kind of grade that we get. I think, once again, don't roast me in the comments, but if you think differently, leave a message. Here we got a 1931 Denver wheat cent semi-key date. Once again, about the same condition as the other ones. Really sharp, and actually I do believe I need that one as well. So this is a really good pack for me to help with my penny album. $4 to $5, I would say. Here we got a 2021 Philadelphia Penny. Just a BU penny. Doesn't look to be circulated. Kind of surprised it was in here, but you know, it is what it is. 15 cents, 20 cents. Here we got a 1997 San Francisco proof quarter. Really sharp. Doesn't really have much cameo on it. Little to none, actually, from what I can tell. I do collect proof coins into a separate album, so this comes into handy. I don't believe I have a 97, so this will be another one I will be able to add to my album, to my collection. This $3, $4, possibly $5. Here we've got a, what is it? This is a 2004 San Francisco proof nickel. This is the piece metal, I believe is what it's called. Yeah, I believe that's what it is a piece metal. This around $3, I'd say. $4 maybe. What we got here? We got a Benji, 1962. And let me get up my little microscope thing. I'm sorry, I got to pull it up off the camera a little bit so I can get a better look at it. This is a Denver, 1962 Denver. Benji, I love Benji. $50. My grandson is named Benjamin, so kind of partial to it. 62. Yeah, $8, $9, $10 maybe in this condition. Once again, what looks good to me may not look good to everybody else. As far as bell lines, there is none there. They are completely worn, but still good looking. 90%, $50. One of the most iconic coins, in my opinion, when it comes to our currency, U.S. currency. There we got a 1938 Buffalo. I believe this is the last year for the Buffalo, I think. Let's see, is there a mint mark? It does look like there is one, so that's going to be a Denver. Once again, worn condition, but when you're that old of a coin, you're allowed to have some worn condition on you. $2.50, maybe $3. Here we got a 1915 Barber Quarter, another 90%er. This one, it's got a lot of detail. Just feeling with my fingers here, it's got a lot of detail. There's not much slickness to it. This is, to me, this is one that's in rather good condition. I cannot remember where the mint mark is on these. As I scan it real quick, I believe, yep, okay, it is at the bottom. This is a Denver. 90% Barber Quarter, 1915. That's 107 years old. Fairly good condition, in my opinion. $8 to $10, $8 to $9, somewhere around there. What do we have here? This is this a 3-cent piece? Sure enough, I do not have one of these, and I'm really happy about that. This was one I was wanting to add to my album. Let's see if we can get a date off of it. I'm gonna have to pull up my microscope, digital microscope here. As you see, my Silver Squad. Shout out to DT, Jeff, and Ace. This is, try to tilt it up a little bit to be able to give you a better look. 1865. By far the oldest coin out of either one of these. Oh, and I don't really have a clue on that one. Let's turn off the microscope, get out the red book. Let's go flipping through here. Silver 3-cent piece, but this one is not a silver one. Like this one is just, well, let's see. Nickel and copper, I believe, is what it says. And this was a 1865. Let's get the looking in here. 1865. Hold on, I got to be looking. Or that's 1885. Yep, that's what happens when you're not versed in what you're doing. 1860. Oh, it was the very first year of this. VG 14, V8 20. I don't know what kind of condition. You be the guess on it. So I'm gonna say just 18 right now. Once again, if I'm off, let me know. Set the camera back up here. Get this out of the way. And we'll set out the entire haul here. Benji. Barber Quarter. We got one Buffalo. Proof quarter. Proof nickel. Proof penny. 1, 2, 3, 4 semi-key date. Make that 5 semi-key date wheats. A Warner Pacific quarter, just a Denver, I believe is what that was. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Indian head pennies. Here is a Standing Liberty quarter. Here's a very nice looking 40% 1968 Kennedy. Here's another Buffalo nickel. Here's one more wheat penny to add. Here's our 5 V nickels. 2 little Mercury Dimes. By far, probably my most favorite coin, only because that was the very first coin I have ever found that was of any significance. And I found it in an old golf bag I bought at a yard sale. Cleaning it out, found it. The very next day, found a 1838 or 1836. Can't remember. I don't have my album right handy. Large cent. So that was one of the things that really got me going with it. Here's a nice looking penny, 1955. I believe this was a San Francisco. Really nice. There's a Thomas Jefferson presidential dollar, not daughter. Got one of those too. Here is the commemorative 50-cent piece. Really sharp. I really like this. I just need to find the proper case for it. I know that they sell original cases, so we'll see if we can find it. And last but not least, this little World War II steel cent holder. So, I don't know, guys. You tell me. Let's give you just a quick look, real quick. This was everything that came in. Sorry, my finger was in the way. Everything that came in a 2-lot package. I believe we're at 22, 24, 28, or 26, 28, 30, 32, around 32, 35 coins total between the two. Once again, I think with shipping, we settled for right at around $108. So you're looking at about $54 a piece is what I gave for them. Just depending on what kind of offer you sent to him. He may take, may not. May have to go back and forth with him a little bit. In my opinion, this is just humbly in my opinion, I believe that not only did we get our money back on it, but I do believe that we gained a few dollars. I'm not sure how much. The page does claim to be $75 value. I believe it's fairly close within, from what I could tell just by my guessing of grades and stuff, maybe within $1, $2, $3, something like that. I don't think it's nearly off as much as what some other grab bags I've seen on eBay would be. Once again, guys, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody from My Silver Squad, Maximus Silver Stacker, let's see, ECC Enigma Coin Collector, Southern Metal. These are all channels I started watching right off the bat. Rob Finds Treasures was the very first one. I did not know very much about coins. My grandfather was a collector. He tried to get me a little bit interested in it, but to be completely honest with you, I was a teenage kid growing into a young adult, and just like kids today, didn't really pay much attention. And I had what I thought was going to be a promising baseball career going, so that was my focus. Since my grandfather has passed away, this was something that just honestly really came out of nowhere, and I just took a liking to it quite quickly. So I want to thank everybody on those channels that I've had great experiences with, gaining knowledge that I did not have, answering questions that I do have, communication back and forth between Maximus, DT from My Silver Squad, Tony from Southern Metal. It's been really enjoyable for me. It's been enjoyable for my dad. My dad was a military man, and he worked also outside once he got out of the military. We did stuff together, but we didn't do a lot of stuff together. So this was one thing that we had right now that is for us to do. And he's in his early 70s. I believe he's 74 now. So he's taken a big liking to it, and I'm really happy about it. And like I said, I'm having a good time with it. I want to thank everybody for any of the help. I know this is a longer video. I'm going to try to make them shorter from now on. I plan on, like I said, buying some grab bags. They may not always be $50. They will be less than $50. That's kind of what I'm capping my budget out at. It may just be one or two things. It may be a whole entire bag full of coins. Don't know. I'm going to try to stick just to do U.S. Constitutional. And probably will get into some notes. My father collects a lot of the notes, so probably will get into some of it. But for the most part, on my part, it's going to be coins. So I will throw some other videos in from packages I receive in from the various channels that I do watch, winning auctions, winning races, giveaways, that kind of thing when they come in. And I will be posting those videos also. Guys, that's all I have for right now. Like I said, please leave a comment. Like the video. I'd appreciate it. If you think that I was awful in some things, good or bad, let me know. Just be polite. That's all I ask. I got pretty thick skin, but nobody wants to hear negativity. So I would greatly appreciate it if you guys could do that for me. I don't know how the sound was on this. Pete, let me know on what the sound was like this. I don't have any kind of microphone. I'm using my iPhone at the moment. In my opinion, if you couldn't hear me, I may not be clear all the time because I am from Indiana. I do have a little bit of a hick voice. Not bad, but got a little bit of one. But I was a football coach in high school for 12 years, and my dad was a drill instructor. So my voice carries, and it normally is fairly loud. So hopefully everything came across clear and loud enough for everybody to understand. From now, see you guys later. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace. Coming back to you real quickly at the end of the video, I can also remember if I said what my opinion was on these as far as purchasing again. In my opinion, like I said, I believe I got my money out of them and a little bit more. I would recommend these. It was quick shipping. You can work with him on best offer. He was fairly reasonable with his pricing and stuff, I feel. So check it out. He had can't remember right offhand how many he had left, but check it out and see what you think.